security attacks present in an ad hoc wireless network. So basically, the network attack can be categorized as passive attack and active attack. So let us see it one by one. So the first, passive attack. So passive attack in the sense, for example, so this is a sender and this is a receiver. The sender is going to give some information to the receiver, right? If an attacker is present here in the sense, the attacker is no way going to affect the data transmission between the sender and the receiver. That is, a passive attack does not interrupt the operation of the network. But what happens here in the sense, the basic requirement of the network security, that is, the confidentiality will be violated because an attacker present inside the transmission system is capable is trying to retrieve the data. So in order to overcome such passive attacks, we are making use of powerful encryption mechanisms. And although we could not make impossible for the eavesdropper, that is the no useful information from the data overhead is. The next one is going to be active attack. So the sender is giving up some information to the receiver. At the same time, the attacker will also observing the message what the sender is sending. So by doing so, what happens? This attacker will disrupt the normal functioning of the network. Then that is called an active attack. In turn, the active attack can be categorized as two types. One is external attack, the other one is internal attack. So from the name itself, we could see what might be an external attack. So external attack is carried out by the node which does not belong to the network. But these attacks can be prevented if we make use of a perfect security mechanism such as a firewall or an encryption techniques, everything. So we know that firewall is used to separate a local area network from our outside world. So this is just a software. It will be keeping up a thorough update regarding the routed program, and it will be filtering the unwanted thing. So whether it is to be forwarded or not to be forwarded to the intended destination, all these things are carried out by the firewall. So we will be not frightened about this external attack if you are installed and firewall. It will provide a basic safety to our private nodes. Next comes the internal attack. From the name itself, we could see that if a node present within a network, that is, with a node actually a part of the network, is going to affect that network, then that is called internal network. So in this case, what happens? It is going to be a part of the network as authorized nodes. Internal networks will be very difficult when compared to that of the external attacks. And this going to be the tree diagram of different types of attacks. So we have categorized the security attack as active attack. The next one is going to be the passive attacks. Even in the active attacks, depending upon the layers. Okay, so first one we are having our mac layer attacks. So mac layer attacks in the sense we can combine our physical layer, data link layer, network layer, and transport layer. So everything can be combined. Okay, so basically we can combine the network layer and the data link layer, physical layer. So here we'll be having the threat, the security attack is jamming. Whereas in our network layer, we'll be having a attacks such as wormhole attack, black hole attack, Byzantine attack, information disclosure, routing attack, resource consumption attack. So wormhole attack in the sense it will be present within our transmission range only, but without the knowledge of the transmitter, receiver, and the intermediate nodes, it will be slowly protruding through the channel and will be stealing the data. That is our wormhole attack. The next one is black hole attack. So these are the nodes which will be present along with the associative nodes, always paving a path towards the non-optimal path. The extended version of black hole attack is the Byzantine attack. So all these three can be overcome if you are making use of a powerful security mechanism of encryption and decryption. The next one is going to be information disclosure. So there will be some node which is going to leak out the information between transmitted between the sender and the receiver. And the next one is going to be resource consumption attack. So because of the scarcity of the resource, there will be some competition between the nodes. So that the competition will lead to some conflict between the nodes that lead to some attack over here, that is called resource consumption attacks. The next one is routing attack. This routing attack may be due to the routing table overflow or routing table poisoning, or if a data is going to be replicated for multiple times, we will be get such error. And even if you are having some rushing of information between the transmitter and receiver, we will be having this routing attack. And the next attack is a transport layer attack. Here we'll be having the session hijacking. That is, the node will be pretending as if it is the end user in between your transport layer and the session layer, and it will steal the data and will get abscond. The next one is reputation attack, that is present in the application layer attack. This is the denial of the data being sent by the sender and denial of accepting the data received, okay, which has been sent previously. The other multi-layer attacks are DOS, that is denial of service, impersonation, manipulation of network traffic, and device tampering. So these attacks can be overcome by using a wise encryption and decryption techniques. Hope you understand the session. Thanks a lot.